We are not at Comic-Con, Ryan Davis.
Hell no.
We are on a comfy couch in an air-conditioned office right now.
Hell yeah.
But Activision was kind enough to bring Comic-Con to us.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This is Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. You're pretty stoked about Spider-Man, aren't you?
Yeah. So this is Deadpool. What are we looking at? What part of? Oh man, Black Suit Spider-Man.
So yeah, I got to play a little bit of this game recently. They brought it through town in advance of Comic-Con. This is what they're showing at Comic-Con. This content. So if you haven't heard about Shattered Dimensions, it has 4 different Spider-Men.
Yes, in their own piece of said Shattered Dimension.
Yeah. So there's Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099. Ultimate Spider-Man is the new one. That's what we're looking at here.
Yeah, that's the most recently revealed.
Yeah, so that's,
Noir Spider-Man, I believe, is actually the newest. Though ironically, it is set in the oldest. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they're calling this Ultimate, Brad, because I don't know that the whole black suit thing is the symbiote suit stuff is. I don't know, as indicative of what defines Ultimate Spider-Man, or at least kind of separates him from the other Spider-Mans?
Yeah, well, I talked to the producer about it some, and he kind of made it sound like they went with the black suit as sort of a gameplay contrivance here.
Oh, sure, for sure. And I'm already, just from a little bit of this combat here, I'm seeing where they are drawing from the base that was laid in the combat, at least in Web of Shadows.
Right.
Which did a lot of the kind of red suit, black suit back and forth. Oh, here we get a little first-person action. Is this?
Oh man!
So is this actually like gameplay stuff?
Yes.
Or?
So yeah, you actually have an interactive first-person fight with this is Carnage, right?
This is Carnage. Yeah.
So
Cletus Cassidy.
You're actually controlling this here.
That's right. I know this guy's name.
Dealing out some blows. That was an impressive piece of knowledge there.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Punch him in the face.
Yeah. I did. This is not me punching him right now, but I did that.
Oh, nice.
And it felt pretty good.
So you played this little segment here.
Yeah. This is sort of a prelude to a boss fight here.
Yeah. Well, I know they had talked about that they were going to be some kind of like specific, almost like Punch-Out style first-person brawling sequences.
So in Ultimate, which I said is kind of their big reveal for Comic-Con, having those tentacles obviously lets them get a little kind of character action, like God of War style.
I saw little spikes there.
So they're not showing a ton of Ultimate yet. We're on to Noir now.
Yeah, so this is like straight up stealth, right?
Yeah. So Ultimate and Noir are the 2 I got to play.
Okay.
They didn't show any of Amazing or 2099 on this tour, but yeah, you can see obviously. I mean, Noir, very desaturated color palette. You want to stick to the shadows. It's a lot more about traversing the environment, finding perches to do takedowns from, like he just did there.
Is it just me, or does this almost make him seem kind of Batman-y?
Yeah, totally. I hadn't thought of that, but yeah.
Sneaking in the shadows and just icing dudes and then making the other dudes be all freaked out. It's like, oh my god!
There is a little bit of an Arkham Asylum vibe here, yeah, I guess, which is
worst games to be inspired by.
Absolutely.
Oh, what's going on over there? I see shadows. Are you like on some sort of wire here?
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Here are dudes.
I really enjoyed the controls in Noir. Like it's real loose, kind of free form. It makes it real easy to figure out where you're going to zoom to. Like you can basically get this little icon over points in the environment.
Oh, as far as like where you're going to use your little zip.
Yeah, and you just hit a button and you will basically zoom right to where that icon is. So super easy to traverse the environment. Didn't feel like I was fighting the controls or the shadows at all. It was actually a lot of fun.
I wonder, like, what do you do with, because the stealth stuff so far, from what I've seen, seems pretty, I don't want to say simplistic, but, like, simple, at least.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder what do you do with that to kind of, like, flesh that out for a full, I guess it doesn't have to be a full game, but a full quarter of a game.
Yeah. It's hard to say. I only got about 5-10 minutes with Noir.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as it's the basics feel good, that's a good start.
Yeah, definitely. Some pretty nice takedown animations.
I was gonna say that I could tell this game definitely likes its speed up, slow mo.
There's
kind of action.
Yeah, there's a nice sense of weight to it. Some pretty brutal.
Do that little thing where you put the little pause right before the punch lands, and then when the punch lands, like, oh, that was extra gnarly.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh, is he gonna fight a boss? Who's the boss going to be? It's that guy.
Who is that guy?
Who that is?
You don't know.
That's no eyebrows.
Bringing our extensive knowledge of Spider-Man to bear.
Vulture?
Yeah.
Could have been.
They did say they're taking a lot of liberties with
Yeah,
the
because
villains.
with Noir, they're having to make up a lot of stuff because I believe that the basic comic for Noir was pretty brief. Like it was like part of a short series where they kind of did these weird Noir versions of all the characters. So like they don't have the full rogues gallery for Spider-Man in that style yet. So they have to go out and make it up.
So this is amazing. This is kind of your bread and butter, right? Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
This is
meat
looking
and potatoes Spider-Man.
This is looking like straight up, like straight up Web of Shadows.
Really?
Like it's like animation routines and
Oh, interesting.
getting a little bit of that in Ultimate as well.
Yeah.
Like there's some like that move right there, the little pause right like when he gets up in the air and zips down to a guy. Like this stuff. Yeah, a lot of this is looking
Quite familiar.
at least like the animations do. Like there's a little bit of I've seen some kind of cell shading on some of the characters, a little light outlining, and then it seems like you see it more on the web effects, like when he slams the ground. Like that seems new, but kind of the basic movement definitely feels familiar in this.
Well, so they said that obviously they're shooting for some gameplay commonalities between all four of the universes.
Sure,
But,
like
you know,
kind of the basic brawling would feel the same.
Right,
that would
right.
make
But
sense.
then each one has its own kind of twist on that mechanic. The biggest thing that surprised me about what I found out about this game, I don't know if you're aware of this, but so here's 2099.
This is the one I know the least about.
The comic or the gameplay?
The comic.
Okay.
Well, I guess both.
Yeah, they didn't show this one at all, so I don't have a lot of gameplay background on this. But the thing I was going to say is the thing that surprises me about this game is that it presents action levels from all four universes interchangeably. It's not like you play through the Noir section of the game and then,
Oh yeah, no, it's just sort of like where do you want to go next?
yeah. So they actually likened it to Mega Man. That was the comparison they made.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
like,
yeah, I can see
Here's like Act 1. There's a level from each of the four universes, and like you pick which one you want to play first.
I will say from this little opening sequence we just saw with Spider-Man 2099 here, my recollection of Spider-Man 2099 was he was, because of the nature of the environment, like you kind of see in the background, it's a lot of like these tall, futuristic, skyscrapery, urban settings, that he was doing a lot more gliding and a lot more like near flying than Spider-Man, than your typical Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So kind of showing him doing a little more gliding, open air work like you saw there in the beginning.
Right.
Definitely seems to at least recall what my own loose recollection of Spider-Man 2099 looks like.
Now, this is not your typical Spider-Man. This is actually not Peter Parker, right?
No.
I believe this is the one instance where it's actually a different character.
It's not Peter Parker in Noir either.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's Scorpion.
Wait, no, I think they said it is. It's like a weird alternate history Peter Parker.
But it can't be because it takes place in the
Noir.
30s.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They took him back to the 30s. I'd swear that's what they said. I could be
If they
mistaken.
are, then they are taking some liberties, I believe, with what the. Oh, see now this is some straight up 29. This is pretty awesome actually.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with this game from what I've seen.
Part
of it.
looks kind of
Collectibles. Oh, dude, there were so many collectibles in Noir. I totally was ignoring all the like civilians I was supposed to be saving, just running around collecting spider emblems.
When you say so many, do you mean just like in variety or just in volume? Because too many different kinds of collectibles can be a bad thing.
I think there might have been two different kinds.
Okay.
If I remember. One of them was, I think one of them contributes to your ability development. Just tapping the skill tree.
Did I say Stark? Is this some sort of Iron Man?
Got a weird crossover. All right, we're done.
That's it. Spider-Man
was-
Shattered Dimensions.
Yeah. It's,
Look for it September
September 7th, I believe. Yeah, there's...
1st.
Yes. Was it-
1st, 7th?
Pretty sure it's the 7th.
7th, 1st.
Let's say something. September.
Catch
For
it,
it soon.
bub. Snicked.